This one is for the rich people. This is a piece of um this is a video for rich people. Are they going to read it? Fuck no, because I'm small time. They're not going to know what I'm talking about, but I want at least some people understand what I'm talking about, okay? Fuck the rich people. Fuck capitalism. Fuck all of that. And I want you to understand that rich people are fucking addicts. And I do not want to shame people with addiction because I know the source of addiction as is from entire isolation and shame. The only reason people get isolated is because of their own shame, or right now, if you're in survival mode, you're still in shame. When people do not want to spend time to understand who they are, what things matter about them, and to let go of judgment, is when they can grow the best. But when people are being hated for taking a specific substance or for how they use money, um, it's going to be how they're going to maintain because they still live on the shame and judgment of others. So if you have somebody who's addictive, as someone who's in an addiction, which could be, anything can be an addiction based on you um, draining your time, energy, and withholding your experiences with human beings. That's what you're fucked with. Um, with rich people, they're very addicted to money, and all of their shame is based on who they are. The thing is, when they get money, they will understand that that's the only thing everyone will see of them. So, rich people, you already have this belief that you are unworthy of anything except for your money. And when you want people around you because you're a human being and you want socialization, you will not get to your core because you will still be stressed that you will need more money to keep them around. If you don't have money, will anyone spend any time with you? And then, how can I be sure that they even like me at all? Because all I have is money. So you're just going to hoard all this money so that maybe you can appease some human being to stay with you without looking at your core. Even if you could think that you were going to be like, let me think about who I am as a person, you already know that you have so much money that you can't trust that they even love you because all you have is money and that's all that you're going to think about. Oh my God. You're going to be like, oh my God, I have another spouse, but guess what? They fucking hate me? I wonder why. It must be because of the money. And now you have to pay alimony. Oh my God, I need the money because all of this alimony I'm going to need to pay for. But I'm lonely. And if I'm anytime alone, I'm fucked. I have to think on myself and look about who I am. I don't want to deal with that because I already know that people hate me. I don't want to think about how much I hate myself. I don't want to address any shame. I don't want to address any isolation. I just want to go pay for another person to come spend time with me so I can do something simple, have some sex, have some good food, anything better than focusing on myself because I'm rich. I don't have to feel physical pains. I don't have to feel hunger. I don't have to feel um, health issues, which you will. You don't understand this, but you will. I'll just live with just my body and do things that make me feel better based on just things that please me without addressing who I am. So you're going to get another divorce and another divorce and another divorce, and all of your money is going to go to some more alimony. Not all of your money, sorry, but a lot of money is going to go to your alimony. But You're not willing to be alone. You're not willing to address who you are as a person because you know that people don't fucking give a shit about you. They're there for the buck. You're never going to be able to trust a human being ever again, and you'll never trust yourself because you're in your entire isolation and shame spiral. There will never be enough money for you to um you'll never just have enough money for anything because you'll still have people to distract your mind from who you are. They're only going to be there for the money. Even if the person can consider you as a human being, but you'll lock up. You'll close up. They'll never see who you really are because you yourself are fucking stressed. You think, I can never trust them because I have way too much money. There's no way they'd even like me because I have so much money. They're only there for dollars. Even if they thought they were looking for who you are, you'll never show them because you're in your shame spiral. And that's the thing. You think that the money will keep you safe from any pains, but all of your human body is built based on your own personality and all based on things that you accept from what you deserve. And so if you can't address your shame, if you can't address who you are as a human being, your body is going to read that you're going to feel all of this pain. You're going to find cancer. You're going to find chronic illness. You're going to find all of this because you'll never address the real things that wounded you from childhood. You think you'll never be hungry, but you will feel a lot of pain. And you wouldn't have to do that. You wouldn't have to do that. I'm going to move around because somebody wants to probably fucking eat. I'm moving around. You will think that you can um you will think that you will never have to worry about anything. But it's all that you're going to be used to. We already know that people when they get um when people do not address their wounded from their wounds from childhood, it means that it's going to follow them into their adult life. Your body's going to hold it. Any of this trauma is going to be held somewhere in your body that bothers you because you can't address the real wounding. People already do that. Sometimes, if a person has a chronic illness, it's because of a trauma that they never let go. Um, and so, you, as a rich person, you never get to it for what you. I thought you were going to lunch. Okay. You're welcome. So, when you, as a rich person, never deal with, oh, guess what? Your parent never gave a shit about you. They never even learned who you are because they're in their own rich spiral that they don't know who they are. All of rich people are just generational and generational of people who never address their real self. And they're never going to address the trauma that they get from all of these rich people who never give a shit. And they're still in their trust issues. They're still not going to believe that anyone cares about them. And they won't learn how to give a shit about other people. No one cares about me, therefore, what do I care about anyone else? All they will think about is money. Always. So the wounding from never being loved means you'll feel it in your body and you'll die earlier than you expect. Because even though you have all the health care you could, it's not going to fix you because it's going to be there marinating. And the wound is just going to fester all the way over. And so you'll die probably in your 70s, your 80s, whatever it may be. And it doesn't matter because the time didn't even care. The time didn't help you in any way. It's just you suffering no matter what. This iteration is for you to be a billionaire, to feel all of this pain that is never going to let you feel anything other than pain. It means probably in your past lives, you have already been somebody who is someone who has no money. So you've been poor in the last lives. You've been poor, you've been all of that type of stuff, but you had love. And in this iteration, you as a billionaire, now you're going to feel what it is to have all of this wealth and consider it and experience it. And it's going to, like, you're going to learn how absolute shit it is to be a total hoarding, rich piece of shit. And guess what? You don't even have to. You don't have to maintain it. You could spend time with human beings always. You could lose some of your money now. You could even not even turkey, a cold turkey. You can just be like, I'll just spend this and that, just to get rid of some of it. And then over time, you could do that. Even that would do better, but you won't because you don't want to deal with the real absolute shit and trauma you got from just being rich. Just being rich. Which means here I am, a communist, a total person who is very poor and only having poor stuff. Hi, monkey. Hi. That here I am as a rich person. Hi, baby. Um that I think in my last iteration, at least one of my incarnations, I definitely was somebody very rich. Oh, he has something to say. No. In those times, I must have been a very rich person. I could have been Genghis Khan. I don't know. In this iteration, I'm happy to be poor and give a shit about people and be very social and have community and all of that. So in my last time, I must have been feeling exactly as the billionaires experience now. And here I am, gonna feel all these nice stuff. I give a shit about people. I'm here for the good of the colony. When you're learning all of this stuff, you have to feel it all to understand all of it. And your incarnation is just to be like, okay, I'm feeling this specific way so that I understand why people have wealth, how to get rid of it, and understand why the rich people are in pain anyway. I must have had feeling all of this, experiencing in my last incarnation. And here I am in a fucking communist today. Ow! Stop it, sir. I'm just making a video. So, here I am on this iteration. I'm going to the library. I'm using the bus. I'm going to the farmer's market. I'm having neighbors. I'm talking with my neighbors. Ah! I'm planting. What the fuck, man? I'm having fun. I'm having a cat who's a real piece of shit. Oh my god. That hurt me, man. Anyway, I bet the rich don't even have a cat. So, I'm getting to all of that. That in this incarnation, I'm no longer a billionaire. Whatever iteration I had as a piece of shit, very rich person, wasting, wage theft, whatever, all of that. I'm all the way here for the good of the colony. I get it. Everyone needs to feel the absolute bullshit, you know? To have the full, rounded, understanding for all of our incarnations is to know about things that suck and things that can be any better. Every iteration, you can learn to have something good. You can always, in every single incarnation, you can feel who you are and address who you are on this incarnation. Be like, oh, I'm in for this and that. I really care about this on this body, and I care about people on this one. The rich people right now could go figure out what they like, what they give a shit about, things that give them joy, and address the real trauma they've had. But it's really hard when you're very rich and you only accept no trusting of anyone, not even yourself. It just means that you've been poor in your past, here you are and you're rich now, and you're going to learn from it in this incarnation, and in the next one you're going to do it. But guess what? We also have communists and we have anarchists, and we don't need the money. We don't need the money. I'm not going to spend on your corporation anyway. I do have a wish list of Amazon. But I don't fucking use it myself. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to go to Walmart unless it's an absolute necessity. And even then, I don't like it that much. I'm looking into the Goodwill. I'm looking into a thrift store everywhere around. I'm going to look for yard sales because everything already exists and I don't need this shit. I'm here for the growth and the goods and the good of the colony. And you know what? We're coming for you. We're coming for you with we're going to build the government we give a shit about, regulations, all that type of stuff. You're going to be stuck getting bankrupt, which means either you die before or you just get less money. And then you're going to be like, well, fuck, now I don't even know what to do. Now you're going to find all the loopholes you ever can find. And it's not going to help you anyway because you already know that the money gives you nothing. Gives you nothing except for a full belly. Doesn't address anything about you. You don't know who you are because you will not listen to the real pain that exists. So you're just going to take drugs. You're going to take all the money you can. You're going to just buy people for sex. And I'm not saying like it's just all you have. All you're going to have is that. You're never going to think about, would you like to try something? Is there a skill you want? Is there a little hobby you want? You're never going to address those. Or if you do, you're not going to feel like you can share it with anyone because they will never trust you, who you are. They'll judge you for that, sure. And then I'll deal with it. I don't fucking know. But it's over, man. Dear rich people, deal with your childhood wound or figure it out in your next iteration. But communists are going to come for you now. We're going to get regulations going on. We're going to get rid of the money. We don't need the money. If we want regulations, we'll deal with it. We're going to learn how to garden. So you're not even going to do anything with us. We're going to be pissed when you've got your data centers going on. And we're going to fight with that. We're not going to use your data center anyway. We're not going to use that. We're not going to use that. So you're not going to have as much money as you're expecting. You could be practicing for yourself but you have no foresight. You do not have any foresight. You're just like, I'm going to do all that I can for my highest amount of buck for now because I still know nobody will love me and I need somebody to pay for the time and energy and companionship. So yeah, we don't even need your money. When you're out of money, what will you have? Nothing. Just who you are, just your little person, yourself. And you're never going to address it. You'll probably just eventually, I know you have wounds already and you're going to feel it in your body. Anyway, moving on. See you later.